Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's me and OMONDI Juma, as usual, in the house. Why the news? We had good news. We've had not so good news, and then the repercussions of the not so good news means it's terrible news. And one day knows where I'm going with this, guys. This is the Man United agenda. How we doing on Monday?
Yeah, hey, Mr. B. It's been the day of back to work. Next week it's back to school, but yeah, for us bank holiday weekenders, it was a day of back to work, and yeah, I'm a bit tired. We were speaking backstage. It seems like we both sleep after work, especially when we do a day shift. Come home, sleep for a couple hours, like old men. I thought that was an old man trait, so we must be old men now, I imagine.
No,
But
middle-aged.
okay, I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll take that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm wonderful, Mr. B. I mean, look, developments every day. Yesterday we were talking about 3. Maybe it's been whittled down to 1 now, talking about this left back replacement. And you think, okay, we're getting that sorted. And then, as with Man United, other things happen with it. There's other people out as well. But we're going to cover all that, I'm sure, today. Let me just go through a couple of comments. Greetings, by the way, not comments. Matthew, how you doing? Football United TV. If you haven't subscribed to them, I don't know what you're doing, guys. Subscribe up right now after the show, actually. Not just yet. You might lose that. Matthew Bassett, how you doing? Good evening. He says good evening to everyone in the show as well. Matthew from Brummie, Birmingham. Hopefully you're coming down for the game against Cop TV. Vincent Bullock, how you doing, bro? He says, hi, guys. Vincent, as you know, goes to all the home games. And hopefully soon he'll be doing a little vlog for us. He's done it once or twice, but it's not.
I got it, but you know what? I had to talk to him, man. You know, I'm not very techie, man. I had to go talk to Solo to work out how to get it done. But me and Vincent's got my my WhatsApp number now, so as soon as he sends them to me, I can get them up. I couldn't work out how to download it from this to that. Now it's just going to be straight in. So Vincent, make sure you keep the number, keep it safe. Don't be sharing it. Yeah, no, I know. I'm jesting, bro. I'm jesting.
I can imagine Vincent's quite cheeky, isn't he? I wouldn't trust him with my number, especially at midnight or something, trying to stitch you up. Big up to Tyrone Williams. Tyrone, are you playing ball or are you just managing? Because we got a game against Cop TV. I know you're far away, but it'd be great to have you down and great to have you on the show tonight. Big up to Stuart Marshall. Stuart Marshall, you promised you'll come and play for my Sunday team. At least come and play for Man United defender if you get the opportunity. And I saw the footage of you going up to Old Trafford. Hope you're doing well and enjoyed the road trip. King Dino's in the house as well, saying we're crippled with injuries right now. Big up King Dino. Big up all the way from the States. DK Wilson, the sunny, sultry Austin, Texas. Good evening, everyone. Mr. B and OMONDI, that's from him. So big up, yes.
Boy, we may as well just get straight into it, innit? Look. Yesterday we spoke about Cucurella, as you said. It was 3 we started with yesterday. Personal terms have been agreed with the player, which means that he wants to come. Look, I see the smile on your face, boy. It's a deal that can be done. There's just one little teeny weeny sticking point. We're offering a 2 million loan. Chelsea wants 7. Is there any middle ground that can be done on Monday? Come and talk to me. Give me some joy, man, because everything after this is really bad news, man.
All right, let's savor this moment. This is good news, Cucurella. I know people have gone off him. He's left a bad taste in people's mouths about his ability since he's been at Chelsea because maybe he hasn't played or people disrespecting him. But at Brighton, he was a fantastic player, and we were in for him. We actually wanted to sign him. I wanted to sign him. I've always felt when we played against Brighton and he was playing, that game they beat us at the end of not last season before maybe. He was fantastic. Keeps the ball, sticks to him. Great vision despite his hair blocking his vision. You can still see. Everyone, get your headbands in, guys, because it could be Cucurella time, or we can call him Cinderella or something. We find a name for him, but really happy about this. That the personal terms have been agreed, and as Mr. B is always complaining about, we don't get the deals done very quickly. But it looks like it's emergency time, emergency break glass. Let's get something done. And for some reason, they've been working hard today. They're probably working on bank holiday as well. Imagine that. They're chilling on bank holiday. It's like, you get up and you get us a left back. So they've earned their corn, whoever the staff are involved in this deal. But I'm really happy about this. Yeah, you talk about the compromise between 2 million and 7 million. That's a big gap. And we're talking millions of pounds here. I've never seen £1 million in my life. I don't think I ever earned £1 million in my lifetime. But it shows you what football's like these days with funds and money and all that kind of thing. Hopefully we can get the deal over the line. I just think it's ridiculous that Chelsea want 7 million. Because the thing is, we've got 2 left backs in Shaw and Malacia. That's why it's good to get a loan deal, because he can go back home once it's all done. But if he plays well for us, would we want to sign him? It sort of opens up options, and Chelsea need to sell players as well, as you know, Mr. B. So this one's a good one for me. I don't know how everyone else feels on the comments. I want to know what you feel about it, Mr. B. But me, when we decided the free yesterday, I thought Cucurella would be a great signing. I didn't think it was realistic. I didn't think they'd do it, but they're doing it. And I'm delighted. This will give us so much balance, especially when you're trying to invert someone into midfield. His sticks. He's got such good technique, control. You can't rush him. Top chop, pass and give, simple. He's just such a nice candy player, eye candy player, beautiful player. I think he's a team player as well. He puts the work in. He gets up, works those half spaces, high up the pitch as well. Gets into areas, and he's not flustered. Doesn't get nosebleeds like some fullbacks. So this is a blessing in disguise. Obviously, we're going to talk about the negative stuff that's happened recently, but I'm absolutely delighted. And I think whether it takes, look, it's an emergency time, isn't it, Mr. B? If you have to pay up to 7 million for a loan deal, whatever, there has to be, we have to negotiate something, get the deal done. I don't mind. It's not my, but it's our club. But I'm not really it's emergency time. We can't really afford to be, dilly-dallying or, offering slow bids. We've got a game this weekend. We need a left back. Get Cucurella in. Get Cinderella in by midnight, as they say. And, let's do the business. What do you think, Mr. B? I can go through the comments in a sec.
Yeah, he was the best of the 3. I think we had decided that yesterday. People talk about him playing multi positions. I just thought he was a left back. I didn't think he could play anywhere else. The fact that he's a cover left back, I have no problem with. He said if he does well, there might be a deal that could be done further down the line. We got Champions League football, so it was always going to be a no-brainer. I think the personal terms were always going to be agreed with him. Champions League is obviously where it's at, so we've got that pull. I still think Chelsea won't be doing us any favours. They pulled our pants down with Mount. They pulled Arsenal's pants down with Havertz, and I just don't think they're gonna bend under 7 million. I would love to be able to get it done for 2. I'd have to get it done for less than 2, to be fair, but they're going to accept a fee, and this is where I see they may well be a sticking point on Monday, because as the season started, we've been screaming out for 1 or 2 central midfielders.
Yeah, true.
We haven't been able to buy them, regardless of. I mean, I think we've made like what we made 49 million or nearly 50 million in sales, and we still haven't been able to buy the central midfielder. It was, we've got to get rid of this person, we've got to get rid of that person. Donny's not going to get sold. We'll talk about obviously options in the next part when we talk about, but Donny hasn't been sold. So unless somebody gets sold, we're not getting anybody else in, and the midfield is blatantly isn't good enough. It blatantly isn't good enough at the moment to do what we want to do. We want to be. What do we want to? We want to do better than we did last season, which was a 3rd and 2 finals. It wasn't even 1. We won 1 and lost 1.
Yeah.
So it's top, and I just think our squad's going to be worse than it was last season.
But Cucurella, I mean, we're pleased about that. You started positive, and then you've gone down and brought the negative. But let's try and remain on a high and see what the guys in the comments are saying. First of all, a big up Steph again. How you doing? He's saying the goodness. Højbjerg playing for Spurs now, so that's a dead rumor. He's a target. 35 million Spurs wouldn't risk doing that. We spoke briefly about that yesterday. Big up Bassett. He said that he would have preferred Tagliafico from Lyon, but he used to play for Ajax. He knows Ten Hag. He's a left back, Argentine. getting on in age, about nearly 30 now. But another player who's under Eric Ten Hag at Ajax. Oh, yeah, you said that. Any more midfielders coming through resource class? And I'd be happy to get a loan deal done with Chelsea. But I think that not being able to offload and replace Maguire could haunt us this season. That's from King Dino.
Oh, that's coming, King Dino. Don't worry, that's coming.
Guys, keep it on the high, man. Come on, don't be. Everyone's starting with a good comment. Yeah, happy about it, but there's always a big but. Tyrone Williams saying, Man United have a habit of signing Chelsea players who aren't good enough for Chelsea. He's a better option than Marcus Alonso, but I can't believe there's no other options out there. I think he's a class player, Tyrone. Matthew Bassett saying Maguire to replace Varane in the starting lineup. I think Lindelof's ahead of him, maybe. DK saying, great vision despite his hair. He was really good at Brighton. Early days at Chelsea too. If I'm not mistaken. Don't know what happened to him behind the scenes there. He's a class player. Let's not destroy someone's reputation just based on a playing for a poor, disorganized, dysfunctional team in Chelsea. Chiron saying the centre-back and centre midfielders are still important for United. I doubt United can get it done because players like Maguire and McTominay are determined to stay. Is that the reason we're blaming them? There we go. Regulong and Tafafio. Vico. Big up to Man United. He said good evening to everyone watching as well, especially Matthew Bassett. Lucky Singh's in the house. He wants McTominay gone. He wants him to depart to a new league, and he's saying, "Hey, I want McTominay gone." I want to say big up to Big T's questions. Should a club of our magnitude be going anywhere near a Spurs reject? Who's a Spurs reject? Oh, talking about
bloody Højbjerg.
He's not left them yet. I suppose he's a reject. He's not getting in the side.
Yeah,
okay.
He's a reject, bruv.
Okay. Man United saying he never misses the Man United agenda. Thank you so much. It's things like that sweet us up. Thank you. I'm getting blushing here. I agree. Tafafico is a much better option. Cucurella doesn't impress me at all. Tyrone, you're so shrewd these days. Bailey's in the house. How you doing? Good talking to you yesterday. He said the best we can get. He's the best we can get, but he's better than Malacia. But is he better than Malacia? Sure, he's up there. I think it's a good argument, and he's better than Malacia. Than that makes Malacia a third choice, which is unfair on the young man. I don't want like what I hear. He's saying here. Cucurella saying he's better at a small club and small club mentality. Do we need that? Did he say that? I'm not sure. Lucky Singh saying surely better times are coming now. King Dino saying here, can't believe we prioritised Mount when we needed a physical, combative midfielder that can also play the ball. It was a terrible decision, especially when you consider the price that we paid as well. Big up to Up the FM Ducks. Football Manager. This a Football Manager thing? You know what? Let me just tell everyone out there, yeah? I don't care. I haven't played Football Manager for about 3-4 years, but I am the Don. I was there from day one. When it comes to Football Manager, I was like, listen, this is how my medals, you know, you get your stripes. I'm so good at Football Manager. I lost my girlfriend with my child. I've smoked too much weed. I couldn't sleep. You know, that's how good I was at Football Manager. You know, I still love you, son. And Steph saying here, sorry, what did the FM say? He said, "Evening, guys. Cucurella's been getting out sorts of grief. The man's got a cracking behind it, and 12 months ago was highly rated. Nothing changes, guys. Don't stress. Qatar will be here soon in October. Big up to Steve H. How you doing, Steve H? Hope you're doing well. Big up to Damien, my Drayton Manor brethren. He's saying, good evening, everyone. McTominay's wanted by Bayern Munich. I think he will go. Donny is the problem. There's another one that needs to go. Big up to Bath. I'm with Vaughan. Oh, my God. I had to travel 12 hours today. How was your bank holiday, boys? We've discussed at the start of the show. It's good. Man United could lose Onana up to 5 weeks with the African nations. That's from Steve H. We should have got Cucurella when we had Fellaini, 2 sides so bunch in the team, and with Hannibal as well. Imagine that. We'd be out of hairbands. Big load of hairbands coming into the club. What's the thoughts on the young left back for Fernandes? I've seen him pre-season. He does look good. Yes, I agree with you that time, T. And should a club of our magnitude be dipping in for Chelsea rejects? Lastly, Man United saying it's a shambles. Nobody wants Donny or Maguire. We should be getting at least 70 for both. All right. Mr. B, you hear what the guys are saying. They're kind of happy.
Yeah, look, we need a player in on Monday, and I think he was probably the best of what was out there. We know what our financial constraints or restraints or whatever the restraints word is, that the club are tied to. So it was always going to be a difficult decision. My thing is, it's all well and good agreeing. We agree personal terms with beer players. And when it comes down to paying the P's, nobody wants to hand over the money. So look, we'll have to see how that one goes. I think it's something that will be done. To be fair, we have some big issues at the moment. This being the biggest of the lot. When Real Madrid sold him to us, we knew he was injury prone, but Jesus Christ, man, this guy, I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm going to assume it's another muscle injury. So that's 3 at the club since that Arsenal doctor's come in. I'm wondering if he's a spy, if he's still working for Arsenal, because it's ridiculous. It is absolutely bloody ridiculous. This leads on to obviously Maguire's move being blocked as well, departure being blocked, because I'm going to assume they want cover or they want a chauffeur for somebody, because I just pray to God that that motherfucker gets nowhere near the pitch. I can feel myself bubbling. I can feel it all wanting to come to the surface again. So I'm going to try and forget what he's done to me mentally, because you know what, they talk about mental health. He mashes up my mental health. I'm sorry, he mashes up my mental health. All us fans who sitting down here, when we see him, it's like, oh my God, worry about us. We're not getting paid the cheddar that he's getting, to make us feel better, go home and get his, his massages and talk to his whatever he's talking to, blah, blah, blah. But no, look, on a serious note, on Monday, the fact that they blocked the Maguire move is the one that's worrying me the most, because it means he's going to get game time. Every game he's played, he makes 2 mistakes a game, and it's whether or not one of those mistakes cost us a goal. And this is the part of it that I'm worried about. I have no confidence in him as a player. Ten Hag would have let him go for 30 mil. He decided to stay because he wanted to get paid up by the club. Fine, he wanted to get paid up, but now he's probably in a slightly stronger position in regards to that. There's now, for 6 weeks, there's 1 player less ahead of him, and we've got Champions League coming and league games. We're not in the League Cup. We're not in the early stages of the League Cup,
which means we missed the first round, but we've been next to the following round. Yeah.
Right. So my hope was initially that he didn't get any game time, and that Southgate would say to him, you have to be playing. He's going to be on the bench for Arsenal. He's going to be on the bench for Arsenal. Do not get on the pitch against Arsenal. Then we decide what he's going to do for the 2 weeks. The window will be closed. Accepted.
By the way, not the Saudi window.
I'm on, Dave.
All right, no, I'm not. Let me stop. You're on a roll there. Don't want to interrupt. Carry on.
It's fine. It's fine. I can't see any Saudis putting in any money for Maguire. I think we are going to be stuck with him until at least Christmas. And I'm worried. I will sit down here and say I'm worried. Any game he starts, I'm going to be worried what he's going to do to the team.
Well, first of all, speaking about Varane injury, it's really bad news. Bad news for us. You don't wish our players, especially our top performing players, to get injured. And it sort of it makes you sigh. The whole fan base are really sighing this morning when we hear news like that. So yesterday on the show, we discussed about Luke Shaw, and apparently it was due to his broken leg, something to do with an injury related to his broken leg, the same leg that he broke years ago.
Okay.
I read somewhere that he's overplayed in it by playing every 3 days or something like that. Apparently, I've read this somewhere. I can't remember the source, but that was spoken about. So I'm thinking it is an issue of overplaying players, too much. Should we be managing situations like that better? When we've got issues, like when you look at our medical situation, we've got 2 players that stand out to me, like Martial and Varane, that players, both French, that need to be nursed and wrapped up in cotton wool and bubble wrap and all that kind of thing.
They need to yam some hard food, man.
Exactly. Yeah, maybe you can bring them down to your mum's one weekend and
fucking
feed them up.
volleybants and croissants ain't doing nothing for their muscles, boy.
It's true. I don't know what's going on with these guys, but we need to improve that situation. It's like I don't want to point fingers, but it's about accountability sometimes. What are they doing? Are we working them too hard? Let's get a balance right where these guys can actually play some games. You know, Ledley King was like had his knees taken out by some gangsters or something. I don't know what happened to him, but he still managed to cycle on a bike or whatever and get through some games. You know, same with Paul McGrath. You've got to manage players. Don't put them out and training too much. Ease them back a little bit because these guys are fit. They can get through games.
I mean, Varane's always had an injury issue. Yeah. So I think with Varane, it's always, you've probably always got your fingers crossed. But the situation with Martial, isn't it only been like the last, has he always been, he hasn't always been injury prone for us. Like maybe the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, it's been a recent-ish thing, I believe. Sorry, I've got, we got something getting like a little tickle on your throat.
Do you think it's something that can improve? Varane's won't improve. I don't think Varane's is going to improve.
Yeah, it's look. If you're a doctor, all right, you're. I know the pharmaceutical industry is massive, and you want to keep people sick. But it seems to me at Man United Football Club, they've got the same mindset. They want to earn their money by keeping people sick. A real good outcome for all medical staff is to be sitting there with your feet up and not have nothing to do. But it seems like they want to bring people in. They want to be working with people. If I was a medical staff, I would be judged and be accountable for how to reduce the amount of players coming into the medical facilities. At the moment, they're full up. Is there some fit girl? Well, I want to see pictures of the medical staff. Is it a beautiful woman? With that Varane and Martial there, hello, darling, how you doing? Bonjour, it's me again. You again? One of those massage things again? Okay. I don't know, but I think someone needs to be made accountable. It's not good enough. Season started, get people primed and ready to go at the season, and already after a couple of weeks, we got a few injuries. So I would be saying, talk to the medical staff, what's going on there. Something ain't right. And this regards to Harry Maguire, because you brought him up saying that, you're not happy about it, you don't want him playing. I'm saying this again, and I'm going to say this clearly to everyone out there, all Man United fans. Get behind the players at the club. You don't know when you're going to need them, all right? And I see you blowing. Just mute yourself if you're going to cuss some bad words, Mr. B. Get behind every player at the club. Harry Maguire, it's not attractive to be cussing him every 5 minutes. He might need him. He might turn up and do something special. And I'm still expecting him to do that and do that celebration to our fans or whatever. We might need him. While he's there, get behind the guy. I don't want to hit lack of confidence or anything like that. I've got tickly throat real badly if I keep talking. It's like, you're muted now.
Yeah. On Monday, I'm not going to boo him, and I'm never going to boo him. If he gets through the game and doesn't make a mistake, I will be happy. But I know a mistake's coming, and this is the part of it. This is the part of the Harry Maguire situation that bugs me. It's not one mistake a season or one, you accept players aren't robots and they always go. But it just seems that every time he makes a mistake, it costs us a goal. It costs us a goal. And we're not scoring goals. So we're not going to, it's not like we can say, all right, then we'll lose one. We're going to outscore a team. We're struggling to score goals at the moment.
Mr. B, what does he do well? Are you there when you're doing the live watch-alongs or when you're watching games? Do you say, well done, Maguire, when he clears headers out of our box? My house, damn! When he stands up or passes the ball.
Yeah, I will say well done. I will say well done.
Is there some balance there? Do you?
If he does a good job, I will say. I have no problem. Problem. But I'm expecting.
You get people these stats, say goals, assists, all these stupid stats you get these days. Is there a stat that says 2 mistakes a game? Or is that you?
No, that's me. No, that's me. Sorry. There's no sorry. That's me. There ain't no stats. That's nowhere. That's me. That's me just looking at and thinking, it's 2 a game. It really is 2 a game.
Wow.
I want him. Look, I don't wish no badness on nobody. When he comes in, just don't make a mistake. Just be invisible. Just play the game and don't get involved in nothing. But oh, Monday, man, this guy, he's gonna kill me. This guy is gonna kill me.
Guy, let's go to the comments quickly because there's a few coming through. Dean Henson sold at the cheap. We need a midfielder, says Damien. Eric Ten Hag struggling to get his players. The club is taking the P, or struggling to get the players that he wants. Yeah, the club is taking the P. Bailey saying, respect what you gentlemen are doing. Real recognize real. Keep it going. The other heads are swelling too much. Is that talking about other channels? Maybe. I don't know. But big up, man. Thank you. Bailey. We appreciate any kind of positive supports around here. That's my mentality. Lucky Singh saying there. Bath Time saying, oh, for F's sake, he's been our only decent defender this season. Talk about Varane. So he's upset about that. Zoe Media House is in the house. She's saying hello to Matthew. Just Matthew. Get rid of it. What about us, Zoe? But she's doing one of these medical staff things, Hi. And Bath Time saying, might be a blessing, actually, if we drop Ten Hag's ridiculous high line and go back to mid blocks. Interesting point now. Bath Time was saying yesterday about Martinez playing this high line looks a bit vulnerable. And if we have Maguire or someone else come in, maybe we need to drop it just 10 yards, maybe. Vince Steve saying here, United were looking for 40 to 45 million for McTominay early in the summer.
Yeah.
Could accept less at this late stage, even if the time is running out to bring in reinforcements.
Sorry, can I? Sorry. I'll let you finish that. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, Eric Ten Hag favours Amrabat, and that's from the Telegraph, Ducker. So good source. Thanks, Steve.
Right, yeah. Just before I came on, I had a look, and it's saying that United will not accept. Bayern are really interested in McTominay, but they're not going to accept anything under 45 million. Now, I don't understand where that price has come from. If you know you can move a player on to get another player in. Is it that they don't? Because it's like they're pricing him like they don't want to get rid of him. But we know that they want to get rid of him. I don't get it on Monday. I don't get what's happening here.
So do you think we should just lowball and just accept 30 million for a player that we value higher than that? How much do you value? Just quick answer. Finger on the buzzer. How much is Scott McTominay worth, Mr. B?
I would have said 30. I would have said 35 mil. 35. I wouldn't. I'm not. Yeah, I'm saying 35 mil. He's a Scottish international, so he's an international footballer. One, granted.
Yeah,
but I think he's limited in what he can do as a player. Don't get me. Listen, he scores goals for Scotland, and I know there's people who really think he's a good player. I don't. Football's about opinions, and my opinion is that I just don't think he is good enough to be holding on a place in the Manchester United midfield, rightly or wrongly. It's just an opinion. So I would say, I'm saying 30. Yeah, I think 30 was a fair price if you had done it earlier, if it meant getting the other players in. 45, we're never going to get that for him because what's he got, 2 years left? How much games is he going to play this season that's going to increase his money? Not a lot. So we're probably going to get 15 million from the end of next season now,
Okay, there's your views on McTominay. King Dino saying Maguire's been a liability for over a year now. His errors are schoolboy level, and he doesn't have the pace or agility to make up for his errors. DK saying even when Maguire makes a decent pass, if you notice everything stops while Maguire looks around and makes a decision about where he's going to pass. This Maguire bashing is going on. Big T saying here, does not play a high line make the point of signing Onana redundant, Bath Time. That's to you, Bath Time, if you want to answer that. Harry the Donkey says David Walsh. He has answered. He said, no, Big T, you still get first phase play with him. All teams drop into the mid block at some point, but their press is far more developed than whatever we're not doing got going on, I think. Lucky Singh saying McTominay out for Amrabat's in fast. Big up Steve H again. He's saying Harry Maguire rinsing club for money. What a joke. Bartham saying poor fitness department, plus no rotation, and plus the COVID schedule, and Johnny Evans at the club at centre back as well. Just the reasons.
Oh shit! We're talking about Maguire playing. Oh snap! We bought Johnny Evans.
Johnny Evans over Maguire.
You put a big smile on. 100%.
Okay.
100 until he makes that mistake.
Yeah.
I'm playing him. Oh, bath time. You put a smile back on my face. Boom, boom. Choo choo.
Bailey
Jumping on the other Johnny
definitely
Evans train.
we definitely need a top class young defender next season, or even January if possible, and another striker. So Gravenberch for Lucky Singh, if pushing it to get him in. Big T saying, can a doctor repair body parts beyond their original condition? An old sponge is always an old sponge, as they say. The magic sponge, as they say back in our day. King Dino saying, Martial claims that injury problems are due to having to play through injuries. When we sold Lukaku and Sanchez, so only had one front three who had to play every game. Is that an actual quote from him? Has he said that? Bath Time saying here, are you all worried about the mistakes Martinez has been making in the high line? Mr. B?
I haven't noticed them, to be fair. I have no idea what you're talking about, Bath Time.
Steve saying here, I'll take Holberg and Amrabat over Gravenberch. Amrabat's first choice. Gravenberch says Lucky Singh, and it's so crucial with Amrabat. Big up to J Billy Josh. She's saying Maggie is like 360 in front, can sort it, but it has to turn and go fast. Forget it. So he's talking about Maguire, Maggie. Yeah, he called him Maggie now. King Dino again is saying here, the need to win headers in our box has become less and less in the last couple of years. People just want to either run or run at or turn Maguire now, as they know that he can't do anything about it. That's a fair point. I have to accept that's a fair point.
That's a really that's a good comment.
Yeah,
to be fair.
That's a fair point. Eddie saying here, good evening, OMONDI, Mr. B. Big up the chat and hit the like. And also, guys, go and check out Eddie Football Waffle. It's a wonderful channel. And he's a good friend of the channel as well. So big up to you. Homegrown tax is why it's a lot of money for McTominay. 32 million, says J. Billy Josh as well. Just take the 30 million, says Bailey. Simple as that. Zoe Media House is saying here, yeah, but why should we let McTominay go for the cheap? So a bit of balance there. 35 million, said Steve.
But he's not
but
playing.
we are very getting rid of players. We've had our chance with Maguire and McTominay before. Big up to Rajat as well. Average player. Talking about McTominay saying here. Would Bailey saying, would McTominay get into Man City or the Real Madrid team? Want to say hi as well to Alex. Said, guess we're getting Cucurella. Yes, we are. I really hope Brighton, the Cucurella turns up, not the Chelsea one. He does play a style like Shaw. So that settles my worries a little bit. There you go. Ramos is in the house as well. If Aaron Batch holds a Liverpool shirt on deadline day, I'm going to lose my shit. Given Losa is saying here, hello, my brothers. Good show as always. Big up to you, the captain of your ship. Are you wearing a captain? No, it's a baseball cap with a star in it. I thought it was a captain's hat. But big up, bro. Thank you so much. No one has talked about this. Why not bring certain Eric Bailey back? We need all the help with injuries. See, I forgot to mention him in the injury duo. He's also in love with the medical staff.
Yeah.
He's another
French
one.
again. French speaking.
Yeah, it's French speaking guy. I'm sure, yeah.
Oui.
Mr. B question, says Zoe Media House. How many total signings will Man United make on deadline night? She's going with 5.
Okay. I'm gonna go 3. I think we're gonna have a busy Monday. Are we doing we gonna do a long show on Friday?
Yeah, we always do. It's tradition, isn't it? We don't want to break tradition around here. So we always on transfer deadline day, we will be having our yellow bar out and we will be going in and expect you guys, if you want to jump on as well, to talk about it. We want you guys to jump on. Please don't be afraid. You can join us here on the Man United agenda, especially on deadline day, for example.
So what we're going to do, we're going to have the Arsenal preview in between that, and then we'll have the takeaway running on from that. Are we going to do just one
day,
continuous?
Bro? When is deadline day?
Deadline day Friday.
What's the day today? 28th?
Have I got the wrong day? Lord, please tell me. Am I racing it?
It's the 29th
Friday, right?
The 30th, 31st. So Thursday night.
Is it Thursday night?
Yes, maybe. Guys in the comments, help us out because we're trying to run the show. Bailey doesn't work. Given, says Rajak. I prefer Jackie Chan at centre back than Eric Bailey, says Bath Time. They have the same defensive style, but Jackie Chan plays through injuries. Oh, God, I love it. Big up to my younger, more attractive, strong, good centre back, improving centre back, Zico Forbes. He's saying should have kept Nzabi on a 1-year deal.
Injury prone. What's the point?
Yeah.
What's the point?
What's the plan for the agenda deadline day? Matthew Batty, you're coming on with us. If you bat, what's the plan? I'm going with 2 loans and 1 permanent signing, says Bailey. Here we go. Do you think the French nation is getting weaker? We still now, because of the lack of fish, Brexit caused them. Eddie Football Waffle said, I think 2 or 3 signings on transfer deadline day as well. And Rajat agrees with you. But here we go. All right, guys, this is what we would like to see. Look at this. $10. 10 flipping dollars from King Stash. And
did we have enough? Did
Mustache? Remember when King Stash came on? I made that crusty, stupid joke, and forgive me for that. He said last week I said Bruno as our captain is a big mistake. Bruno then leads really well in our comeback win against Forest in the mid-table team. Can he do it against Arsenal away, or have no composure as usual away? We're going to focus on this just for a couple of minutes. Did you see Rio Ferdinand talk about Bruno, Mr. B?
No, I haven't. It came up on my feed, and I'll be honest, I've been busy doing other things, so I didn't watch it. But I can only imagine that he agrees with me that Bruno is a fantastic captain. Now, I love the way that comment said he led the comeback against a mid-table team. So he complimented and then give him a little slap on the back of his head just to keep the conversation on a little low level. So I will say it, yes. I think 150% he will do what he has to do against Arsenal.
Yeah.
He will prove, King Stash, that you are wrong to doubt him as our captain. And I think he's going to cause a chaos. I really, really do. You might be the only person that does.
Remember, King Stash was gave a great summary as to why he felt Bruno, but he then at the end of it he said, but he likes him as a player. But he's just been kind of shrewd, like really sort of giving him a bit of a hairdryer treatment in the comments. But love that you dropped a little $10 for us, and love your comments from the other day about Bruno. I mean, I couldn't argue with them. You made some good points. But yeah, Rio Ferdinand, he's come out today. I don't know if anyone's seen it. I'm sure everyone has. He's talking about Bruno, saying why everyone getting on his back. Let me just drop a few comments about Bruno. Since he arrived here in, was it 2020 or January 2020 or January? Yeah, maybe January 2020. No one else has had more goal creations or assists than him in the whole of the Premier League. Okay, he scores 30 to 40, about 35% of our goals come through him. 40% this season, assists and goals come through him. This is a good player. And you're right, Mr. B, because you always endorse him regardless. I think this is where fickle fans get a bit concerned over stupid things that shouldn't really be brought up. Waving his hands in the air, diving, apparently. These things, I mean, come on. I don't think that's that bad when you balance things out compared to what I've just mentioned. Since he's been at Man United Football Club, no other player has got more goal sort of creations and contributions and that kind of thing. He's a very good player for Man United Football Club. Without him, we don't know what it's like without him. He's never injured, which is another reason why he's so good. We would be in problems. Who can do what Bruno Fernandes does? Hello. Anybody out there? You see what I mean? There's no one out there who can do what Bruno does for us. Put some respect on his name. Yeah, there is no agenda against Bruno at the moment. We love Bruno on the show. Here we go. Does too much go through one player? Talk about Bruno. Yeah, no one else can do what he does, I imagine. Liverpool were in a similar situation with Coutinho. I just want to ask you a quick question, Mr. B. What would you do if you're a Liverpool Football Club? Would you sell Salah for £129 million and rebuild? Remember when they sold Coutinho and they were able to get Alisson and all these other guys? Would you sell Salah right now?
It's the time on Monday. It's the time in the window. If they'd come in earlier, then you've got time. There's no way you're doing £100 million deals, because if they replace Salah, they're going to have to replace him with somebody who nobody's guaranteed 30 goals, but you want somebody who's going to be able to do something. And I just don't think they've got the time to improve. If that deal had come in earlier, maybe, but his head's been turned. His head has been turned. And the fact that their window, I mean, Klopp can say what he fucking likes. He can go on there and he ain't going nowhere. When Salah plays like a blood clot until Christmas because he wants to leave and Liverpool are in the shit because he's not starting and the fans are losing their mind. See how quick they're going to want to get that 120 million. So
Yeah.
I just think it's coming too late.
Yeah. Yeah, just a switch, just to get your thoughts on that, because that's been talking point today. Given Los is saying here, KDB, we know who that is. De Bruyne, he's out injured as well at the moment. He said he called Bruno a monster. Please, guys, let our captain land. That's fair enough. I'm going to leave that there with Bruno. That's a great comment. Most certainly, he's a top player. And everyone's talking about the live game going on right now. It's 1-1, Tottenham and Fulham. Over to you, Mr. B.
Fulham doing better than we did. Wow, bloody we. Any other business? Guys, in the chat, is there anything you've heard that you want us to discuss? Amanda, is anything you've heard on the grapevine?
Well, the story this morning, when I woke up this morning, it was about Hallberg. What's the name? Is it Hallberg from Spurs?
Højbjerg? Yeah,
Højbjerg,
yeah.
Højbjerg from Spurs. And yesterday I did say it'd be a decent signing for us, short term maybe, to do a job. He's not getting any love at the club. So it was said in the comments that he could be a reject. We don't want Spurs rejects at our club. We just want players that are going to fit our system and improve us. And I think he would give us a bit more solidity in midfield, make us a bit stronger with his attributes, what he offers as well. There's also talk about the goalkeeper situation with Onana. I don't know if there's been a bit of argument in the comments. Cameroon have brought back Onana.
They apparently they've
African nations, but apparently Cameroon can't qualify for African nations this year. I don't know.
Why can't they?
I'm not sure.
Why can't they qualify? And two, I did hear that they are going to call him up for this set of internationals. As much as he said they've actually called him up. So whether or not he's going to go or he's going to turn them down, or they'll go and have a chat, who knows? But
the reason originally was because they didn't. I think it was Rigobert Song, who was the manager, and he didn't like the style of play. I think that was an issue.
And he wasn't going to change. He said he's not changing. He's not changing his style of play, so he sent him home. But I think a deal's gonna. I think something will get done on Monday. I can't see. I mean, look, he's top drawer. You know, he's now playing for Manchester United, so they're going to want him to be there. He's not playing for Inter Milan. Yeah. You know, Inter Milan are a big team, but we are. You know, there's levels to this shit, and we are top tier. So the fact that he's playing for us, I think they're going to try and do everything they can to get him back on international duty.
What about the Gravenberch? People in the comments talking about Gravenberch as well. Have you worried Gravenberch is likely to be around the same level as Sabitzer? And do loan players go as hard as proper signings? Yeah, I want to touch on this. Go on, you go.
No, I'll let you go. I'll let you go first.
I'm going to bounce off you on this one, Miss B. So, are you worried that Gravenberch is likely to be about the same level as Sabitzer? Sabitzer was a good player. He's a good player in general. When he came to us, I was like, okay, let's have a look at him. He was never going to be a first team starter. When he played, he was a bit. I didn't think he performed as. He must go home a bit disappointed and saying, I wish I could have delivered a bit more. But he did score a brace. I remember he scored a brace in the Europa League as well. But I like Gravenberch because he's played at Ajax. He's not getting football at Bayern Munich. And I think the hunger will be there with him to say, look at me, Bayern. Look what you don't want to play me. Look what I'm doing in the Premier League, you know? And it's easier for him. It's a smooth transition playing under a manager he's played in before. So I think the hunger will be there because you're saying, do loan players go as hard as proper signings? I think with this one, with a signing like Gravenberch, who's not getting in, he's been probably getting out of the international fold. He will be trying 10 times as hard to get into the first team and show something. So the manager of Holland, is that Louis van Gaal still? I'm not sure. Will pick him for up-and-coming tournaments and games as well because he's at that age now where he needs to be playing. He doesn't want to come here and end up like Donny van der Beek, a big name, playing semi-finals Champions League and then suddenly not performing. I think he's got something to prove. That's why I think he'd be a good loan move. Do you agree with that, Mr. B, about Gravenberch and hunger of loan players?
I think it depends what his motivation is.
Yeah.
If he's coming because of Ten Hag, it's crazy. You want players to come to want to play for the manager, but I want players to want to play for Manchester United because if Ten Hag leaves, is he going to want to leave with Ten Hag?
Right.
You know, Bruno's coming and Bruno wants to play for Manchester United. He didn't come in to play for Oli. He didn't come in, you know, he came in to play for Manchester United. And this is the, if he wants to come and play for Manchester United, I have no problem. If he wants to come and play for Ryan Gravenberch, I've got an issue. So if he's going to come and excel, and, you know, I look at Ander Herrera, even now he's left, it was still a privilege and an honor for him to have played for Manchester United.
Yeah.
That is what I want from Gravenberch. Maybe we won't see it until he's gone and it's in his memoirs and blah, blah, blah. But that's what I want to see. My worry on Monday, I'm going to be deadly serious with you, right? Is that Liverpool get both of those players.
What makes you say that? Why do you think Liverpool... They've got enough midfielders, haven't they? They've just signed...
Who have they... What, they got the Japanese guy.
Yeah.
They've got
they got McAllister, Japanese. They got Curtis Jones. They got Harvey Elliott. That's 4.
Is that Curtis?
The
I'm sorry, that midfield. Oh, Sabalabalai. So that's 5. Okay. Yeah, so that's 5. Okay. Maybe they don't need another one then, or they don't need another 2. But
well, maybe they do. They got Europa League to play with, haven't they?
Oh, that sounds nice, isn't it? Say it again. They've got what? What league they got?
Thursday nights. Here's another one. Sorry, the dog's being sick. Yeah, here's another one for you from Rebel. And Rebel, you know what Rebel's like. Anthony Taylor will referee Arsenal versus Man United this Sunday. Is that
I'll be honest, I have no idea if that is good or bad. I don't really take notice of the refs. I think most of them want to try and shaft us anyway. So to be honest, is that good for us? Is that bad for us?
He's a Man United fan, isn't he? Anthony Taylor is the guy who was known to...
Well, they're not going to let him ref the game. If he's a known United fan, they're not going to let him ref the game.
Well, it says here, I've got a link, I've got a source here that Anthony Taylor will referee. Anyway, rumours going around that United could go into administration before Christmas. I don't know.
Who sent you that shit?
Who do you think?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Anyway, I'm going to put my phone down because, I don't. Quick ones here. Vincent saying, don't forget we were in for Timber. Louis Van Gaal told him we would not pick him for the Holland team. He says Haaland team. If you were to join Manchester United. Yeah, we remember that, of course. Lucky Singh saying Amrabat and Cucurella cannot wait for Manchester United. That'd be nice. I'd be happy with those 2. Endo, Sabitzer, is it? Or Jones, yes. And McAllister. Okay, these are the 4 midfielders for Liverpool. Holland, Vincent. Yeah, exactly. Not Haaland. Holland, Vincent. They've got no central defensive players since losing Fabinho and no workhorses after Henderson leaving. Both unplanned, he thinks. That's from Bath Time talking about Liverpool. McAllister, Endo, and Sabila. We used to say his name. I don't know. I don't really care about the refs, says Lucky Singh. Thank you. Rebel sent me 15 pages of Excel spreadsheets yesterday. Have you done your homework for Rebel? Bath Time, have you? If we lose out to Scouse bastards with Amrabat and Gravenberch, then the board needs to resign and F off. That's from Matthew Bassett.
We've been wanting them to do that for ages, and they're still bloody here, bro. So,
Fatty from Barcelona, he's not wanted, is he? I don't know why. He's a good player, but they played a 16-year-old the other day, didn't he? He got an assist to Barcelona. They've got a lot of good players coming through. Big T question saying, will Klopp ever stop playing Trent at the back? And yeah, I've got no end of business apart from it's been a good show. And yeah, you guys coming in, and we had $10 from our man Stash, King Stash. Thank you so much. Don't forget, guys, we've got more coming this week. Obviously, we're playing Arsenal. Go and check out Mr. B. If you tell Mr. B, let them know when you're going to be on rival channels, defending the Man United agenda, defending Man United against these Arsenal fans. Because I've got you. You've been booked, haven't you?
Yeah, they've got me down for the Armory tomorrow, although they sent the message and didn't say anything else, but that's typical Armory. Start off conversation and don't finish it. So I think I'm on the Armory tomorrow. I will be on there with my chest big. Thursday, I'm somewhere else on Thursday as well. I feel like an Arsenal whore this week. I've been requested on a couple. I'll share those links anyway. We will have our one on Friday or Thursday, depending on Monday. How you want to do it. We might give it a 2-day build-up or a 3-day build-up, to be fair. But yeah, we'll work it out. We'll work it out. But I am on a couple. Have you been drafted in?
No, not yet. Because I'm with my work schedule. My senior person is away on holiday, so I've taken the charge at the moment. So
The
I've got
big
a bit
boy
more
role.
responsibility. Yes, and I'm trying to play my management role. I've even dressed a lot sharper at work today, and I'm not very good at giving orders when it comes to work. So I'm really sort of trying to focus because when she's away, I'm the captain of the ship, and I make sure there's no issues, there's no dramas. I get everything locked down. So I'm doing my Alex Ferguson at the moment. So I'm going to be really busy with work. But I want to say big up to Bath Time. I know he's on holiday at the moment, but he's saying longer shows, please, because he's in a hotel all week with nothing to do. I think it's work he's doing. Vincent saying here, did you go to the Caribbean Festival in London? That would be called Notting Hill Carnival. Just want to know because it looked very good. He's seen lots of stuff on Instagram from his friends.
I am far too old for that. My eyes can't cope with the viewing, and my knees can't cope with the whining. So I tend to stay at
home. Mr. B, abuse from Arsenal fans. Goddamn bottle jobs. Yeah, you tell them that from me as well.
Yeah.
And wear sunglasses and earpiece and pretend you're a secret agent. Bath Time. Rajat's talking to Emma there. A couple more before we sign out here. Giving loads to saying the Glazers love deadline day. Think we might have a surprise out of nowhere. João Felix possibly he's put out there. Interesting. And oh my gosh, hold on, wait. Before he comes in, sorry, you're not on holiday. You're working in the field, and I hate to be working on the fields. Sound like one of those Kunta Kinte slaves. Yeah, he's out.
You're not allowed to. Are you allowed to say that?
Kunta Kinte, yes, he's a character.
Roots. I know where he's from.
Last time changed his name now. Everyone call him Kunta Kinte.
You can't call him Kunta Kinte.
He's working the fields. Yes, get that cutlass.
Oh,
drop down some cane.
Wow, Billy Josh.
Do you want to deal with this one, please, Mr. B?
Jay, Billy, Josh, great show, lads, and thanks for the content. We need to support these guys. Jay, thank you so much. Deeply, deeply appreciated, man. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you, man.
£10 a lot of money these days. What can you buy with £10?
I know the first thing that came into my head.
Don't worry, Jay. It won't be going. It won't be getting smoked up like that. I think, Jay, you've been a part of the agenda for a long time now, and we really appreciate you. I love it when you come on and show your face, even though I struggle to pronounce your name. You know, you're like one of these outlaws from the Western films. Jay, Billy, Josh rolled into town. You know what? I'm here to take the sheriff's job. You know? So, Jay, Billy, Josh. I can't do an American accent, but thank you so much for the £10. Really do appreciate it. I know how hard it is these days with finances and things. So that is wow. I'm just wow. Everyone say thanks. Big up to Jay, Billy, Josh. Whew. Please don't call me Kunta Kinte. We call you Kunta Kinte, not Kunta Kinte. He's saying Kunta Kinte. We call you Kunta Kinte. Get back to the fields and don't speak up. Where's the whip, boys? Whip bar time back. Yeah, that's how it goes here. Big up Eddie saying great discussion. Thank you so much. Here's one. I saw Guti's name. Bruno is like Guti, who at Real Madrid, wonderful player, but won't win big trophies with them.
Oh, David, listen. Look, we'll go.
All right. Top show from Matthew Bassett. Thank you so much. And good evening to everyone. Here we go. What can £10 buy you? £10 can buy you a nice certified chicken and chips. All of my references are from the 1800s. Yes, that's true. And I'm worried. I'm worried enough about my hair without my roots showing. Good pun there, roots. Very good. Bartai's sharp, isn't he? Even if he is away and bored in a hotel tonight. Mine and the boys' names had a great, good day, good job, and tight sods. Sorry, let me start again. Jay, Billy, Josh said, mine and boys' names. Oh, so your name's Jay, Billy, and it's Josh. Two sons. Great. Brilliant. That's how it's done. and had a good job and tight and untight sod as well. So not that tight you can drop £10 in the Man United agenda. Don't be shy, guys.
Right, are we done? Oh, look, just before we go, we got a shout out. Mr. Escobardo. You are late, but big up, bruv. You know, we know you sit there. We know there's people who sit down there in silence, but if you do jump on, we do. As much as our memories are bad and they're old and the age to combine together is probably 160 something, we do tend to remember who's been on and who's been off. But guys, look, we will be back tomorrow. I will be whoring myself on another couple of channels. So if you follow me on the socials, you'll find out where I am. I will be representing with my big mouth on there. And probably be less confident on our one on Friday. But guys, as always, one day we are out of here. We appreciate the fact that you are here. We say every week you don't have to be here, but you are. So guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
Thank you.